Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to the course on artificial intelligence and soft computing. During our previous session, we were discussing about uninformed searching techniques. Under the topic of uninformed searching techniques, we discussed about the various searching techniques like the depth first search, breadth first search, and then we discussed about iterative deepening search, and then we discussed about the depth limiter search, as well as we discussed about the uniform cost search. And then later part, we started discussing about the informed search. Now, what is the major difference between the uninformed search and then informed search? Means when we searching something, when you're searching some element in the uninformed search, that the algorithm does not have any information about what are the path or what are the steps to be taken. So there will be no estimated values, there will be no any specific prior information about how or any strategies will not be there, so how to reach the goal state. So in that cases, the algorithm will randomly select a path, and no, it will try all the blind searching techniques, right? Or kind of a brute forcing techniques, right? Where it will try all the possibilities. First, it will take one branch, and then it will try to reach the goal state. After that, suppose if it is not able to reach the goal state, and then it will come back, it travels back to its original state, and it take diversion, right? And after that, it will try to reach the goal state. Very similar to that. So all the steps are to be repeated, right, by randomly unless until it reaches the goal state, right? So this is what how the searching technique which takes place in terms of, or in case of the uninformed search. When we talk about informed search, right, in that, so we are going to have a certain predefined mathematical functions or predefined values, or the searching techniques will allow prior information about what is the goal set, what is I could say that simply I could say that the distance between the source and then destination, right, from each node. So based on some prior information, right, this informed searching techniques will try to apply some mathematical or functions, right, through the mathematical functions or calculation, it will try to reach the destinations. Out of that, so there any specific problem, there may be a multiple solutions. Out of that, this informed searching techniques always try to find out the optimal solutions. When we talk about the optimal solutions, as we discussed in the previous sessions, there are few factors which is going to determine the performance, or the statistics of an algorithm, right? Any searching technique, whatever we apply, and there are few parameters that is going to define the performance of any searching techniques. The first one is that the completeness, whether the searching technique or whether that algorithm is going to provide a solution, whether the goal node which is going to find or not. The second thing is that the time complexity and then the space complexity. So these are the elements, right? Are the amount of time which is required to reach the goal state, and then the amount of memory space which is required to do the searching process or completing the searching process. And the fourth factor which is going to determine the performance of any searching technique, which is going to be that whether this searching technique, whatever we are selecting or using, whether that is going to provide an optimal solutions. When you talk about an optimal solutions, out of the multiple solutions, the solution which provides the optimal one or the shortest one. When you talk about the traveling salesman problem, the person wanted to visit multiple cities, but he need to visit all the cities in a shortest path. So in that cases, any path which provides a solution to that traveling salesperson to visit all the cities with the shortest path, so that will be the optimal solutions. So when we discussed about the informed search, there are few techniques which comes under that. We are going to discuss under that informed search. The first one, in the previous lecture we discussed about the best first search, which is very similar to that, or uniform cost search, right? Based on that, the value, or maybe the successor node which has the smallest path, so that is going to be expanded first. By the way, all the possibilities are going to be tried, right? So after finding a multiple path, the path which has the less cost, so that is going to be considered as the optimal solution when we talk about the best first search. Then we started discussing about a greedy search, as well as this can be called as a hill climbing search. When you talk about this greedy search algorithm, I'll quickly go to the previous slides for easy understanding. So I was explaining about this informed searching technique, which will works based on the heuristic function. When we talk about the heuristic functions, whether it can be any criteria, maybe any the selection criterias, and then or any methods or functions or formulas, right, or principles for deciding which among several alternative solutions of the action promises to the most of the effectives in order to achieve this goals. So out of available solutions based on any functions or formulas or calculations, now we are trying to find out the optimal solutions. Now, also we discussed about the greedy searching algorithm. So this was the graph which was given to you, right? And so here, according to this, the graph which I've displayed here, A is the start node and I is the goal node, right? Again, so the function f of n, which is going to be defined as the h of n, and so that is the straight line distance of an calculated based on the heuristic function, right? So when we talk about the distance, the heuristic function distance between the state A to the goal node, A to I, which is 366, and then B to I, which is 374, and then C to I, which is so whatever the number which I'm displaying are the straight line distance, not the path cast. Make a note that the path cast is different, and then the straight line distance is a different. When you talk about the straight line distance, that will be calculated using the different the mathematical functions like Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, right? So based on the two coordinates, right, and the square root of x1 minus x2, I mean x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So that formula will provide a straight line distance between the 2 points. Very similar to that, the distance between the D to I mean the straight line distance between the D to I, which is 244, and like the way. So these the distance has been calculated using the heuristic function. When we start with the greedy searching techniques, now here we are going to consider about the path cast. Path cast is the cost or the distance which has to travel based on the graph, based on the value which is given in the graph, not based on the straight line distance, right? Make a note of it. And it is completely based on the path cast. And out of this, when we expand the node A, start node A, and which has three uh, children, and C, E, and B, right? Out of this, the node E, which has the shortest path, again, so that node has to be considered for further expanding. When we expand E again, so E has a three children, G, A, and F. Out of these three nodes or three childs, F, see here you can, I could say that out of this, so when we talk about this G, it is a straight line distance, not the straight line distance, sorry, it's the path cast, which is 193, and for no E to A, which is 366, and then E to F, which is 178. Out of these three values, 193, and then 366, and then 178. So this is the shortest value. So out of that, so this node which is going to be selected for further expansion, right? When we select this node F, right? Again, this node F which has two children, which is E and then I. When we consider about the distance between F to E, which is 253 path cast, again, when you talk about the F to I, which is 0, right? So here, this is what the actual path cast. So out of these two values, 253 and then 0, now what will be our goal node? So I will be our goal node. So that is the shortest path, and so through which we can reach the goal state. So when we consider about this greedy search algorithm, first thing is that A to E. So because out of these, the three childs, C, E, and then B. So this has the smallest value, and so this has expanded first. And when we expanding E again, so this F node has the shortest path cut again. So that has been expanded, and then finally we reach the goal state I. Right. So when we consider about the path cast, I was explaining about the path cast, which is A to E, which is 253 plus, and then E to F, which is 178, and then F to I, which is 0. So total, which is 431 path cast. Again, when we consider about the distance, which is, so here this distance is a straight line distance which has been calculated using the any heuristic function. The distance whatever which is mentioned A to I, which is no highlighted in the yellows. So this 140 and then 99 and then 211 are the straight line distances which has been calculated using the heuristic function. So that is 450. Now, when we try other possibilities, what will happen? Suppose if you are trying to expand G, right? What will happen? Suppose if you are trying to find this from this G node, again it will go back to the node again. So here E2, it will go with that E2 H. It will try to find out the distance between E to H and then H to I. In case if we wanted to find out the other alternate path, so in order to compare the path cast, so that the process which has to be continued, right? So otherwise, so here when we consider about this path, so E, which is already visited, right? Because that is the start node, the distance is 0. So here this can be neglected. Again, when we consider about this path, G, and the further which has been expanded with the other nodes with H and I, their the shortest path cast and the remaining path cast will be calculated. After that, the two path casts which is going to be compared, out of that, which one is the smallest, so that is going to be considered as the optimal solution for the greedy searching technique. Is it clear for all of you? Now, what is the problem with this? The greedy searching technique is that, right? So here, in this example, in this diagram, you can see that. So there is a possibility of that the infinite loop can be occur. So D to C and then C to D. So this will be keep on repeating. So suppose if there is a infinite branch or infinite loop takes place, so in that cases that may not be providing optimal solutions. Also, we discussed about, so this may not be providing an optimal solution because, so here we are going to consider about the only the shortest path. Out of that, suppose in case if it is not no in other ways, suppose if we are not processing with the all the nodes, suppose if there are some node which is left without processing, in that cases we may not be able to assume that, or we may not be able to predict that whether that may be the shortest path or not. So according to that, so when we talk about in the worst case, the time and space complexity of the greedy search algorithm, which is order of B of M. So these are the things which we discussed in the previous session. So this was the quick recap, right? So you all might be knowing about the B is the branching factor, M is the maximum path. Is there any doubt with this, the greedy searching technique, or maybe that may be called a hill climbing search? In today's session, we'll start the another searching technique, which is A star search. So this is one of the important searching techniques when it comes to the informed search, right? So now I was explaining about the greedy search, so which minimizes a heuristic function, which is an estimated cost from a node N to the goal state. So far we were talking about that some of the values which highlighted in the yellow values, yellow colors, so that I mentioned about the heuristic functions, the straight line distance which was calculated, right? So the calculated values, so according to that example, the Euclidean distance or the Manhattan distance which we use, so that we consider as the Euclidean or the heuristic functions. So any function which is used to find a certain values, so that the values are that function which helps to take a decisions. So that is going to be called as a heuristic functions. Now, when you talk about, so this, the greedy search or the A star search algorithm, right? So which is the combination of uniform cost search, right, with the greedy searching technique. So whatever the searching technique which we discussed so far, so along with that, the uniform cost search technique which is going to be combined, and so that forms our A star search. So when we talk about, so this the strategy or the formula which is used in the A star search, which is a combine a greedy searching technique with uniform cost search. When we talk about this UCS, which is right, uniform cost search. So when we combine both the greedy searching technique as well as uniform cost searching techniques, so this will provide a complete as well as the optimal solution for the given problems. Now, when you talk about the core logic or idea behind the A star search, which uses a heuristic function, which is the combination of G of n and H of n. So when we talk about this f of n, f of x, f of n is the function. So which function is the combination of two values, which is G of n plus H of n. When you talk about G of n, what is this G of n stands for is that is the GFN is the exact cost to reach the node from n to the initial state. So here, this is what the complete distance or the complete cost to reach from the goal state to the initial state to the goal state, right? And when we talk about the H of n again is the estimation of the remaining cost to reach the goal. So here, suppose if you started searching and you are staying in the middle in the successor node, right? And if you wanted to find out the remaining path cost from your current state to the goal state, so that will be calculated using this H of n. So that is going to be that the remaining cost. So is it clear for all of you? Now, when we talk about this A star search algorithm, so this uses a heuristic function. The heuristic function is defined using this formula. F of n is the heuristic function. So that is going to be combine the two values, which is G of n and H of n. Right? So when we talk about GFN is the cost which is required from the initial state to the goal state. Again, when we talk about HFN is the remaining cost to reach the goal state from the current state, current node where you stay. Is it clear for all of you? The basic term which is related with the A star search. So once if you are clear with this, we'll move to the next one. If you are not able to understand this concept, whatever the problem which I am going to explain further, so that may not be able to understand clearly. Shall I proceed further? Okay, thank you, Bharat. Now, so this is the diagrammatic representation through which I try to explain. So here, the G of n, I was explaining about the path cast, no, from the initial state to the goal state. So suppose if you are trying to reach from this node to this node. So this is our goal node, right? The goal node which is highlighted in the red circle, right? Again, so here, whatever the node, whatever the path cast which you have visited so far. Suppose if currently this is my current node n, right? G of n refers to that. Suppose if this is the path cast 4. Suppose if this is the path cast 4 and this is 5. So what is the G of n value mean? So here this is the value of 4 plus 5 plus the h of n value. What is this? This h of n value is the Euclidean distance, right? So that is going to be calculated from this the current node to the goal node. Is it clear for all of you? So this is what the formula which is used in the A star search, right? Which is I'll write somewhere here, right? Which is f of n equal to g of n plus h of n, right? Out of this, g of n is the path cast, right, through which you reach the current node or maybe the intermediate node, right? Suppose if I repeat, suppose if this is my current node N, and the path cast which I took to reach this node from this, say for example, this is A and this is B and this is N. So A to B, which is 4, the path cast, and then B to N, which is 5, plus whatever the value which I am going to calculate using the Euclidean distance, right? Our straight line function to reach the goal node. So that value will be added. G of n values plus H of n value. So that will provide a solution or some other values or numerical values through which that will help to identify or that will select the further nodes for expanding. Is it clear for all of you? If you have any doubts, you quickly can write in a chat box. Often I may not be able to focus on the chat box. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and then you can raise your queries. I am happy to clarify your doubts. So this is what the logic behind the A star search. Again, so with connected with the previous examples, right? I'll try to quickly explain it, right? Now, when you talk to Chaitanya, any doubts? I hope it's by mistake. Straight line distance is no, it's the Manhattan distance. Suppose if I wanted to explain about the straight line distances. Suppose if this is the 2 point. Wait, my marker is if there are 2 points x1, y1 coordinates, and then y2 coordinate, right? If you wanted to find out the distance between these two values, this is the straight line distance. I think in the DWM as well as in the machine learning, you would have studied the Euclidean distance, which is, if you consider about the two values, x2 minus x1 the whole the square plus y2 minus y1 whole the square. So this formula is belongs to the Euclidean distance. So this will provide a straight line distance. Is it clear now, Chaitanya? Right. So this is what the quick example, right? Suppose this is a start node, right? Out of that, so here I just wanted to search the values using the A star search. Out of that, so this is the combination of both the greedy searching technique as well as the heuristic function. Out of that, the node which has the shortest path, which is 393, so that is going to be considered, and further the remaining nodes. So first this value will be considered, and then when we expand this, there are two nodes, which is G as well as F, which is 413 and then 417. Out of this, the node G will be selected for further expansion. So that is going to be expanded. Again, it has only one child, 415. And from that again, so if we are expanding this edge, we will reach the goal node I using the 418 pathcast. So this is one solution. The other solution, when we further expanding F, so in the greedy searching technique, right, we did not expand other options, right, because we identified only the shortest path and we did not focus on other elements. When it comes to the A star search, we'll expand all the possibilities finally we'll try to find out that which one is the optimal solutions. So that is going to be considered as the optimal solution using the A star search. Now this, the node F again, which has been expanded, after expanded, right, again, the distance to reach I is that 450. Out of these two values, so here we have two solutions. The first one is that we reached our goal state using 418 pathcast. The second solution is that we reached our goal state using 450 pathcast. Out of that, so the 418, that is the shortest path. So that is going to be considered as the shortest path or optimal solution. So this is the concept which I explained is the greedy search. Along with the greedy searching technique, right? The heuristic function or the A star algorithm, which is going to be add with the one more entity. So that is called the heuristic function. Quickly, I'll share the other presentation also. Is the screen visible for all of you? Can anyone unmute and then just reply? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Sir.
We'll proceed.
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you all of you. And so again, the very introductory part, right? So as I mentioned earlier, right? So this algorithm which has been developed by the Peter Hart, so that you can remember. And so this is right. I was talking about the Dijkstra algorithm. So this is again the shortest path algorithm, right? RGD algorithm. Along with that, it combined with the best first searching technique, as I explained earlier, right? The remaining part I've covered. So these are the formula which I explained, right? Heuristic function f of n equal to, which is a combination of g of n plus h of n. G of n is the exact cast from source to node, and then h of n is the remaining path cast. Now I'll try to explain with a simple example, numerical example, through which you will try to understand this A star search algorithm quickly. So now you may note that, so this is out of this, S is our the goal state, sorry, initial state, and G is the goal state. Now the number of the vertices present in between from our source to destination is A, B, C, E, D, F, and the path cast which is given in the edges, whatever the value which is represented on the edge, so that is the path cast. Is it clear? And whatever the value which are highlighted in the red are the heuristic values. When you talk about the heuristic values, are, I could say that is the straight line distance between these two nodes, right? So now we are going to consider both the path cast values as well as the straight line distances value. So that is what the formula says: f of n equal to h of n plus, sorry, g of n plus h of n, right? So for this given diagram, we are trying to find out the what is the possible or the optimal solution to reach our goal state, right? Now, first I'm going to consider my initial state, which has S, and distance to its own, it's a 0. Pathcast is 0 because that is the source, and h of n, which is 17. H of n is the heuristic value which no given, right? We made a calculator, right? Which is, so when we consider about this, the formula which is g of n plus h of n, 0 plus 17, which is a 17. So that is what the value which written in the right side, right? When whatever the value which is displayed in the left side, so all the input values, and then so this the value which is written on the right side of any node, so that will be the output value, right? When we consider about the source node, so this is what the output value which is 17. Now what we are going to do is that, so once if source has been selected, and then we are going to further expand this node S. This is our initial node. When we expand, so what are the childs? What are the children for this node S? A is there, B, and then C. Is it clear for all of you? When we expand, I assume it's clear for all of you. When you expand the source node S, right, we get three childrens, A, B, and then C. Out of this, right, we'll try to expand, we'll try to calculate the values, right, for all the three nodes, right. A, when we consider about the node A, the distance between S to A. So here these are the three possibilities: S to A, sorry, S to C, and then S A, and then S B. We are trying to expand all the things. Before that, now we are trying to do some the calculations. When we try to expand the node A, right, what is the path cast from S to A, which is 6, and its heuristic value, which is 10. So when we talk about this S to A, this is the path cast plus this h of n value, which is, this is path cast is 6 plus the h of n value is equal to 10, which is 16. Is it clear for all of you? This 6 plus 10, which is 16. Very similar to that, when we try to expand in this option S B, S to B, what is the path cast, which is 5, and what is the heuristic function value which is given in the table, which is 13. So 5 plus 13, which is 18. Out of this is the g of n, and 13 is the h of n, which is 18. Can you understand? Anyone can quickly unmute yourself and respond. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Abdul. Now, when we expand the node C, right? So here, when we expand the node C, right? The path cast is from here to here, which is 10, plus the heuristic function value, which is 10 plus 4, which is equal to 14. Now, we tried all the path cast, we calculated all the path cast of the childrens of source S, which is 16, 18, 14. Out of this, which value is the smallest one or the shortest path cast? Obviously, C node as the shortest path cast. So out of all these three values or three nodes, we are trying to, we will be expanding node C only, right? When we move into the further steps, so here I'm trying to move into this direction. Out of the three possibilities, yes, source to C, which has the shortest path cast. When we try to expand node C, right, C as only one child, which has D, right? Now the distance it is reached, the distance or the path cast took to reach C, which is already 10. So 10 plus this distance path cast from C to D, which is 6, plus the heuristic function of the node D, which is 2. So total 16 plus 2, we will get 18. Is it clear? Right? So after that, so now what we understood is that out of this, the three options, right? This 16 and 18, and this is 18. Out of these three calculated values, the node A, which has the shortest path cast value, which is the lesser value, right? Can you remember that the same method which we followed in the uniform cost search, and we are going to use the same method, right? Out of the available the values, whatever the node which has the shortest value or the smallest value, so that is going to be expanded. So there are chances that we'll get a multiple solutions. Out of the multiple solutions, we are going to identify the optimal solution using A star search. Is it clear for all of you? Once if the meeting ends, after 5 minutes, you all can quickly join. I'll try to cover